YouTube family. What is up, everyone? The original Grown Beef finally able to bring you episode 2 of Tips Abstract, in which instead of telling you what guns to use, what attachments to use on those guns, what streaks to use, or when to post up and where, I try to teach you how to think about the game differently. And as you think about the game differently, you can reevaluate what type of player you are, what type of player you want to be, and ultimately make alterations to become better. Because at the end of the day, not everybody has the fastest reaction time. Not everybody has, some of the other qualities that good players have. But if you can outthink your opponent, then you have a good chance of being successful. Today we're going to be talking about playing in rhythm and staying in rhythm with an emphasis on score streaks. Because if you know what type of player you are or know what type of player you want to be and you've kind of established that, then playing naturally and playing in rhythm is when you're going to be at your best. So if you notice at the beginning of this gameplay, I already had a hater as a fourth streak. Well, what happened was I picked up that hater out of a care package, but I picked it up when I was well out of rhythm. I couldn't get anything going. And I knew that if I called in that hater right then, sure, I may get 2 or 3 kills that I otherwise, may not have gotten, but I wouldn't be able to get a streak going that was good enough to bring my team back into the game because my team wasn't doing shit. So what I did was I was like, you know what? I know I can get very close to this next hater. And what I did was I just played like I didn't have it. And once I got close to my own hater, I called in the hater that I stole. What that allowed me to do is get an extra boost, and just keep me in rhythm as I continued to play and continued to try to bring my team back from what looked like a sure loss. Another thing is you got to understand that a lot of times when you steal those care packages, I killed him while he was grabbing the care package, so he saw what it was. Chances are, if I call that in right then, they're going to adjust their play style, or maybe there was a call out. Maybe he told his team, hey, this dude just stole my hater, be looking out for it. So that's another reason why you kind of gotta build your own rhythm. Don't use streaks or specialists or anything like that to try to jump start a streak or jump start you into rhythm, because a lot of times what's going to happen is you're not going to play naturally. You're going to be kind of dependent on that hater or dependent on that score streak or whatever the case may be, and you're not going to play how you would normally play. You're not going to do 100% of what makes you a good player or what makes you who you are. YouTube family, there are instances where I'm running like Wraith hater wraps, and everything's going well for me. I get my Wraith, and then I'm shot in the back or double teamed or triple teamed or shot around the corner, and just like that, my streak is over. I have died. But rather than jump into that next life and say, oh man, I lost my streak, let me use this Wraith and maybe it'll jumper cable me back into another streak, I play that next life as if I don't have anything at all. What that allows me to do is it allows me to play naturally. It allows me to naturally get back into my rhythm. Look at the map just as I was looking at the map before that made me successful. And then once I get maybe my meter halfway up and I'm in rhythm, that's when I call in my Wraith. Because what you don't want to do is you don't want to use that streak, or you don't want to use your specialist or whatever the case may be. You don't want to use that to try to jumper cable yourself back into rhythm, because then you become kind of dependent on it. You don't make the same decisions that you would normally and naturally make, which is ultimately what makes you successful in the first place. Remember, you didn't use streaks to get your streaks. You got your streaks by playing the game. And you're going to play your best when you are playing naturally like that. Sure enough, when you're halfway through, you're already in rhythm, you call in that Wraith, you're not dependent on it, you're actually using it as support the way it was meant to be used. And with that, here comes my second Wraith, here comes my hater, here comes my wraps, and everything is fine. Now, I'm not saying that using your streaks in this form is the only way to be successful, because it's not. I'm actually saying that do whatever it is that you have done to be successful in the first place. That's what's going to get you the victory. That's what's going to make you successful. Grumby's out.